Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about why New Year's resolutions are dumb. I'm aware that it's July, but this video is applicable year-round, as you'll see as we get into it. And I know that might sound a little ridiculous, but I think they're dumb. Like, think about it. Why do people act like January 1st is the one time of the year you're allowed to improve your life? It's like we all collectively agreed that from January to December, we're just gonna coast and let our habits fall apart, eat like raccoons, and then suddenly at midnight on New Year's Eve, we're gonna flip a switch and become these hyper-disciplined, goal-smashing machines. Spoiler alert, you won't. Most people fail their resolutions by week 2. And what bugs me is that people wait for this magical moment where motivation will just drop out of the sky and fix all their problems. Let me break this to you gently. Motivation is a scam. It's temporary. It comes and goes. You know, if you rely on motivation to make progress, you're only going to show up when you feel like it. And that's like maybe one day a week. You don't need motivation. You need discipline. You need urgency. And you don't find that by, waiting until New Year's. You find it when you decide that where you're at is not where you want to be and you decide to change. Let me put it like this. If you were serious about, changing, you would have already started. Waiting until the end of the year is just procrastination dressed up in optimism. It's the same energy as saying, I'll start eating healthy after this weekend, or I'll go to the gym once I buy new shoes. Like, bro, you don't need new shoes. You need to stop lying to yourself. Waiting until January 1st is like standing in front of a fire saying, I'll grab the extinguisher after the holidays. Like, you see your life burning down, but you're waiting for a calendar event to fix it. You shouldn't wait for the right time to change because it's always the right time. Like I said, if you were serious, you would have started already. You shouldn't wait for anything. And here's the thing no one tells you. Starting right now is actually easier than starting in January. Like, think about it. There's no pressure. There's no packed gyms. There's no, social media hype or anything like that. There's no eyes on you. It's just a quiet, random Wednesday where you decide to start improving yourself or start working on a goal. That's powerful and it's real. Anyone can pretend to grind when it's trendy. But when you choose discipline and silence, that's the kind of momentum that actually sticks. You're not a New Year's resolution. You're a human being with 365 chances to level up every single year, so why should you wait? And another thing that makes it harder to break a habit or harder to start a habit is that you try to use that time before the new year to do the most bad things you can before you actually have to start your resolutions. You use that time to, splurge before you have any responsibility. And when you do that, you're just making it harder for yourself to stop doing that. All you're doing is digging yourself into a deeper hole and making it harder for your future self to get out. That's why it's actually easier to start now. And yes, it's still going to be hard. But if you're serious about changing, then you're going to have to do something difficult. Let's talk about another lie. The whole New Year's resolution culture sells. The all or nothing mindset. Like, do you ever see someone post their goals for the new year and it's like a to-do list for a Navy SEAL? They have things like wake up at 5 a.m., take cold showers, go to the gym 6 days a week, read 2 books a week, stop eating sugar, meditate for 30 minutes every day, start a business, and become a millionaire by March. And then what happens? By day 3, they've already failed, and now they feel like trash, so they quit. And that happens because they built a house of discipline on a foundation of hype. It wasn't sustainable. It wasn't realistic. If you really want to win, you have to start small. Pick one habit and master it, then stack another one and another. That's how you build momentum. Progress will always beat perfection. Here's the truth, and I mean this with love. If the only thing pushing you to improve is the calendar, then you're not really serious. A real goal comes from something deeper. Maybe it's pain, maybe it's regret, maybe it's ambition. but it's not because your phone said that it's January 1st. So forget the date, focus on the reason. Why do you want to change? What's actually bothering you about your life right now? Is it your health, your focus, your bad habits, your future? That's a good thing. That discomfort is your fuel. So use it right now, not next year. You don't need a new year, you need a new standard. A new set of expectations for yourself. A new mindset that says, I don't wait for permission to improve. Because guess what? The best version of you doesn't need a Monday or a January. They just need a decision. And decisions can happen anytime, like now, like today. So here's what I want you to do. When this video ends, don't just go watch the next gameplay or scroll on TikTok for another hour. Actually do one thing your future self will thank you for. It doesn't have to be something big. Maybe you clean your room. Maybe you write down a goal. Maybe you go on a walk. Whatever it is, do it now. Don't make it a resolution. Make it a routine and a lifestyle. Because that's the difference. Resolutions are temporary, but a lifestyle will stay with you. Alright, that's about all I have to say. This was kind of a bit of a rant, so I don't want to keep talking forever. But yeah, if this hit home for you, or you got something out of this, a like or subscribe would be appreciated. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.